Hello, YouTube. It's been a while since I've done an actual YouTube video that I haven't recorded for something else and then just uploaded to YouTube. I'm gonna go ahead and drink my coffee. It is 11 o'clock here. I don't know when this will be uploaded to YouTube. I don't exactly know what's going on with my hair. I have already done my foundation and a little bit of a contour, and I've done my brows. My kids are being loud in the background. You could probably hear them. I don't know how close I can get my tripod to myself. I have not renamed my channel yet. I got a few options and name suggestions. I have not renamed it. I have been going through a lot mentally and a lot physically, and I just haven't really had the time. So I'm going to kind of update you guys while I do my makeup as to what's going on. So before I did my renaming video, so if you guys go back a couple videos, I asked you guys to help me rename my channel. I just feel like I need to rebrand. Before that video, I was prepping myself for a hearing. And since the hearing, I've been told a lot. Watch what you say online. Don't say a lot of stuff on social media. Everything you say on social media will come back to haunt you, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to tell you guys what exactly happened. So in that video, you guys know that I kind of dived into my previous marriage and kind of how it left me feeling. I'm going to try to drink my coffee so it doesn't get cold at the same time, because I have a fan blowing and it's going to get cold. Pretty much what conspired is when I ended up finally leaving my ex-husband. I had actually stayed with him for a couple months, and I slept on our futon in our office. And it got to the point where I just couldn't do that anymore, so I ended up leaving. And I would come periodically to grab some of my items. And we would meet up at a fast food restaurant to go over our divorce agreement. Who's going to get what, how we're going to work out custody, how we're going to work out child support, things of that sort. And around the time of our divorce hearing, come to find out almost 10 years later, he had actually kept my mail from me. So I did not receive our paperwork for our hearing. He knew what he was doing. So we had met up like 4 times, 5 times. I don't remember how many times. It was 10, 11 years ago. And I had called him and I said, hey, are you able to meet up on this date? And he said, oh no, I got a meeting at work. And I said, okay, well, let me know when you're able to meet up. And he said, yeah, no problem. And we met up to exchange our kid, who was like 5 at the time. and he gave me our divorce papers. And I said, oh, okay, I'll go over all these papers and I'll look over them and edit what I feel is necessary and give you back the paperwork. And he said, oh no, those are the final papers. I went to court this morning and I was blown away. Like, I think I turned all shades of red. I was angry. I had gone home and called the courthouse and they said, oh yeah, you can appeal within 30 days. I called all the lawyers I could think of. I couldn't afford any of these lawyers. And come to find out, he had actually kept the mail that says when our divorce hearing was. So he got pretty much custody of our kid. He got everything he had wanted. And since then, I have pretty much been battling the custody issue, which is why I don't have custody of my kid. So it's not like I am a drop-beat parent or a deadbeat parent, whatever you want to call it. It's because I did not get notice of our divorce hearing. So I was not able to state my piece and fight for custody. He knew what he was doing though, because he's been married before. He didn't get custody the first time. And when we were divorcing, he even said to me, I am not going to lose this time. I'm going to get custody this time. So he knew what he was doing. He is narcissistic. He is controlling. He knew what he was doing. And so fast forward to 2021, when we had our hearing in February, they denied my motion to modify because, most likely because he was already in school and it was the middle of the school year and they didn't want to move homes. She didn't really give me a reason, but I would assume that was the reason. And even though he had, CPS, medical neglect case, and my kid was epically failing school, and my ex-husband had never taken him to the doctor since 2016, and my ex-husband has never taken him to a dentist. I mean, the list goes on. So, yeah. But yet I was denied. And she had, the judge, said we will reconvene in June for a status review hearing based on his education. Which meant that if he is failing in June, then we will go to a temporary orders hearing and I would most likely get custody. So fast forward to June, I had 2 of his teachers subpoenaed and they agreed that he was failing all but 1 class. And his grades had dropped since February when our last hearing was. And he had between 50 to 80 zeros, so which meant that he was not doing his schoolwork. And he was all virtual, so he was home with his dad. And so the judge said, okay, well, Dad, you knew your responsibility. Even the kid knew his responsibility. You guys knew what this hearing was about. But because the court does not have jurisdiction because the case was closed in February, Mom, you have to refile modification, which means a new hearing, and we'll pull that case as soon as we can. So that same day I filed modification papers, and the court emailed me back and said, here's the dates we have available. And we got the next available hearing date. Well, my ex-husband decided to retain a lawyer. Probably mom and dad's money. Because he knew that he lost. He knew that he no longer had custody of his kid. And so he retained a lawyer. They subpoenaed the principal. They subpoenaed a witness. And at this point, I didn't know who it was. And we had our hearing this month on the 21st. I believe it was 21st. I can't remember the date. And I had talked to a friend of mine who was also my ex-husband's ex-live-in girlfriend of like 5 years or so. Her and I started out on like really bad terms and became really close, like best friends, because she was the only one who seemed to care about my kid. And she had actually told me that if she is needed, that she would testify against him, because she feels that he, you know, my kid would succeed better in my home. He needs to have a successful life. And you know, I make a great mom and all that. Like, she went on and on. Like, I mean, she was smooth as butter. You know where I'm going with this, right? Well, come to find out, she was the witness that was subpoenaed. She got on, and I don't know if she was coerced or she was paid or what he promised to give her. But she pretty much said that when she lived here, when she was homeless, when she lived here, that I went into physical rages, that I screamed every day, that I threw items every day, that I would stay in my room and slam my door, and that my kid would have anxiety because of all the physical rages and screaming that I would have, and that my kid is not safe here. Somebody who claimed to be my best friend, somebody who claimed that my kid would be successful living with me, somebody who claimed that I am a really good mom and gave me flowers and gave me necklaces and gave me picture frames for Mother's Day and birthdays, stood there on the stand and said, no, her kids are not safe. She goes into physical rages and she yells and she screams and she throws things, and her kids are not safe. Yeah. To say that as soon as that hearing ended and I immediately blocked her from everything in my life is an understatement. I don't think anybody can blink that fast. I don't know how I could have been so fooled. But I blocked her. I blocked him because he went on all my social media, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, probably Pinterest. I don't know what all he went on. But they screenshotted things. I mean, regarding like my disability, you name it. They tried to use my disability against me, saying that I take so much medication and I'm so physically ill that I can't take care of my own kids. Yeah. And then when she, you know, when the lawyer was like, oh, well, what medications do you take? Well, don't you think that's a lot of medication? Yeah. 3 pills and an injection. That's a lot. Compared to what I used to take, no, it's not. And I do a damn fine job at taking care of my kids as a disabled parent. Thank you very much. Compared to somebody who goes out and drinks at bars all the time and would rather spend time with their girlfriend than take care of their own kid. I mean, I don't hold a grudge or anything. And then, back on the education part of it, they brought the principal in on it, and he had a lawyer, probably from the school district. And he said, oh yeah, he did fail. And he barely passed 7th grade as well. But we still passed him on to 9th grade. And then that's when the judge was like, oh, well, I didn't realize how your school district worked. So you're telling me because he still failed, he still technically passed. So in reality, there was really no reason for this hearing. And I was wrong. So, Mom, your motion is denied. So my ex-husband still has custody because the school district passed my kid, even though he epically failed. And then his lawyer went and made it to where I can't file a motion of any sorts for at least 120 days. So that is where I have been mentally. I mean, I don't care if you are so controlling and narcissistic, but you share a child with somebody. You should care about that child's parent. Like, he faked a heart attack to go to a bar to drink. But I actually thought he had a heart attack, and I raced over there to tend to my child so he's not alone. And then I stayed over there when my ex-husband got home to make sure that he was okay. Not even thinking about the details, like where's the hospital bracelet? Why is he like acting like he's perfectly fine? Why is he making himself a drink? All this other stuff. Like, I wasn't thinking about all that. But when I was in the hospital after my surgery and I almost died like 3 times, I didn't like immediately get a phone call from my kid. I didn't get the, oh my gosh, you know, I hope you're okay, you know, type phone calls or text messages or anything. It was a like radio silent. Oh, I'll have him call you when he's free. Like, he could care less if I drop dead, because all he cares about is winning. Like, I don't get the mindset of a person like that. So that is literally where my mind has been for almost the last 2 weeks. I think it was July 16th. I don't remember the date, but it has been like the last 2.5 weeks. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get how a person can befriend you like that and then turn around and be like that to you. And then try to cry at the same time and be like, I love her, but no, her kids aren't safe. Like, really? You're a terrible actress. Fool me once. Fool me twice. And this is why it's hard for me to trust people. And then he had the nerve to tell the judge that I am difficult to communicate with. Dude, I text you, I call you, I email you, I get nothing in return, and you're the one who argues with me left and right? Yet I'm difficult to communicate with? Oh yeah, you know why? Because you are the narcissistic one, and you're trying to turn it around and make yourself look like the victim. Well played. Sorry, I just saw like, it looked like a mist or smoke, just like, it was so weird. I do have a migraine, so I could just be seeing things. I don't know. But anyway. But yes, they do play the victim, so that is a definite red flag. So if you're in my shoes and you know people like that, that is a red flag. So immediately afterwards, I made a specific email address just for him and I said, because apparently it is so difficult to communicate with each other. No, I really didn't say that. From here on out, this email address is for only us to communicate with. Unless it is a 911 emergency, this is our way of communication. No email or no phone calls, no text messages, nothing. Just this email address unless it is a 911 emergency. Otherwise, I'm sure my son can text or call me himself. I'm really not liking my hair because it is like so frizzy right now. All right, so I haven't used this palette enough. It is the Hocus Pocus Colourpop palette. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I haven't used it enough. I don't give it enough credit. So we are going to use it today. And I may continue on my rant, but let's go ahead and dive into this palette. So I'm going to go in for the Full Moon as my base color right there. And I really don't like on the back, they have the colors like backwards. So yeah, that is Full Moon right there. So we're going to go in as that as base color. And I just put on my primer. And it doesn't even have a mirror either, so I'm all like, oh, there's no mirror. And I'm trying to get this done before my daughter's speech therapy, if there is still speech therapy. Let me just double check. I don't think I got a text message yet. Okay. She canceled on Wednesday because one of her kids was sick, so I don't know if she's going to cancel again today or not. Alright, so that's just like a white creamy color. I've got to like, I don't like how my camera is horizontal. I need to get like a better setup here. I'm sure you guys can hear my kids in the background. My husband is still not working. Need to find him a job, but it's fine because the kids can spend time with their daddy right now, because apparently they only think that one parent exists right now. Anybody else have parent or kids like that? There's two parents in the house, but they only feel like one parent exists. Apparently they don't see that other parent at all, even though they're sitting right there in the other room. All right, so there is that Full Moon look. All right, Whoa, what's going on here, tripod? All right, so I'm not really sure exactly the look I'm going for here. So I'm going to just let my, brush do the painting. So I think we're gonna go with, everything's just so dark. Let's see. I kind of like On Toast right here, but I also like Hello Salem as like the crease. I don't know. But my eyes are going toward this row here. So, and I like how, like on the back, the Night of Frolic, it says not intended for use of the immediate eye area, as well as Dead Man's Toe. Like, why does that say not for immediate use of the eye area? Huh. That's interesting. All right, so I think we're gonna go with On Toast. That is that, like, there's definitely some fallout on there. All right, there's no mirror on that. All right, so we're going to just put that right there on the outer corner and then blend upwards. Oh, I don't know if I like this brush. I don't know if I like this brush because it kind of has this, like, you can't really tell. It's like the stop effect. So it kind of like stops. So it's got like these creases, like it's like stop, stop, stop. I don't know if that makes any sense. And because I'm slightly hooded here on my eyes, I'm going to just go slightly above the crease. Blend that out. I mean, it's a really pretty color. Let me see if I can't just turn the light up just a little bit. I don't want to turn it too bright because I do have a migraine. I've been eyeballing some like graphic liners lately. I've been like loving the look of them on other people. But the way I phrase it, I don't have enough real estate on my eyes. Like, they're small. I don't have enough socket space. Yeah, I think if I would have gone with Hello Salem, it would have been too light to do that. So, okay, so right there. Yeah, so I don't know. Can you see like the waves? Yeah, like right there. See how it like constantly stops? This is a Luxie brush too. I got it on in my, I don't know if it'll focus, in my Ipsy bag. I just got a message. Let me see. No. Okay. I gotta kind of watch that and make sure it's not my speech therapist texting here. I need to start figuring out where else to do my videos because sitting on my bed hurts my back. But anyway, so yeah. But no, I have gotten text messages and messages regarding renaming my YouTube and if I've done it yet, but no, I have not. I'm still taking options, still taking ideas. I've just not been in the mental space to really do that right now. It's like I just kind of feel really defeated. Like I thought I had won. and then they go and pull this, and then I feel like I had a friend, and then I really didn't. So yeah, I don't know. All right, let me grab another brush here. Let's see. All right, now I'm gonna go in. I really like these colors down here. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Bewitched, just because I like that olive green color. It's just, it's screaming at me. So let's go with it in the corner here. Put it into that V, and then I'm going to grab another fluffier brush here, and then we're going to just blend that. Okay, well, it doesn't really look like much of anything once it blends out, so that's quite a disappointment. So let's just take our fluffy brush and dip it in there and pat that in. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about it. Let's go a little darker. Let's tap that in again. All right, so we tapped it in there a couple, more like 3 times. All right, so let's go this side. Because it really just doesn't, I mean, it's pretty if you want like a, there you go, just go on your day, neutral, whatever. It's still pretty, it really is. But I'm like, let's go bold. I like it like big and bold. Because I think if you're just going to show that like dark color, that dark green olive color, then go with it. Now it's trying to make it even here. Are we the same color? Are we the same here? Are we? This video is going to be long, but hopefully you guys will sit through it. I mean, I'll put a little disclaimer in there that you can always like fast forward to the eyeshadow if you guys really want. All right. What do we think? I think I may take some of that Night of Frolic, even though it says not for use of the immediate eye area, so I'm not exactly sure what that means. Let's just take some of that and listen to my kids screaming in the background, because this is real life, and that's just like, ooh, ah. Let's just blend that in right there. let's do that. Let's blend that in, shall we? Okay, maybe. I'm kind of living for it here. We just like outlined the outside here, which is all I did. And then I took that fluffy brush and just kind of blended it into that olive green. I'm here for it. Okay. Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to take another brush, and then I don't know if, I think that's just a pressed. Let's try taking Winch right here and see what it looks like, and putting that as the lid color. Just kind of blending that in. Okay, I'm kind of living for it. Okay. Now I guess let's go under here and take that Bewitched, that olive green, and then go with the Night of Frolic, that. Okay. And then the Winch. I mean, are we here for it? I'm here for it. Okay, other side. So let's do the olive green. Then the maroon. And then the silver. And then just kind of blend it together. We're going to put some of that silver right there on the brow bone. It's like a highlight. Okay. I'm going to take a black liner and tight line. And I don't usually do the water line just because it makes my eyes look smaller, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do the outside and the inside. And then I'm going to take a white liner and go in the middle because that'll open your eyes just a little bit more. Gotta sharpen my pencil. Alright, I had to go sharpen my pencil, and then here we go. Yeah, that's just a little trick for you guys to try to like make your eyes look a little bigger. So it's just to put black on the outside and the inner corners, and then put white liner on the inside. All right, and then let's do a highlighter. We're gonna go with a gold highlighter. I have like the names that you guys have come up with for my channel though. So keep them coming if you guys can think of anything else. So it's a very subtle highlight, but you can still see it and it's very pretty. I like that it has a skincare product all in it. Most of my makeup that I'm wearing does. So the setting powder, the blush, the bronzer, the highlighter. Alright, and then I have my mascara in my armpit because I'm warming it up. That's another little trick. So while we're doing that, I'm going to show you guys another little trick that I have learned recently. You guys may have known it, but I am loving this look. I'm taking it's called Chocolate Cosmos. It was actually, our Chocolate Cosmos lipstick was actually free for 24 hours, the last 24 hours. But this is our lip liner. So just take like a chocolate or neutral colored lip liner, or just take a lip liner that you like. I'm going to line my lips with it. All right, and then I'm going to take the same lip liner and I'm going to put a little bit in the corners to make them look a little bit fuller. All right, and you can see that it left the middle open. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a concealer. Yes, a concealer. I'm going to take a concealer. And you can put it on your finger or a Q-tip or whatever. I just, you know, like wipe off the excess. And then I'm going to just dab it on the middle of my lips. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to and so it kind of looks like that. Well, then I'm going to take the brush end of my lip liner, because ours is double-ended, and I'm going to brush the side into that concealer. And then I may go in and put just a little bit more concealer. And you may be thinking, well, doesn't the concealer dry out your lips? Well, you may be thinking it, but our lip liner and our lipstick is a, it's kind of like a matte, but it's also got like a jojoba. You can put the lip liner or the lipstick over it. It's got the jojoba oil and the shea butter in it. Or you can put like a lip gloss over it and then just kind of pat it a little bit. And it just leaves your lips still conditioned, feeling like chapstick. Like my lips do not feel dry at all right now. And it's just that really pretty neutral look. So you have that bold eye, but then you still have that neutral lip. Really pretty look. Doesn't feel dry, doesn't look dry, doesn't look cakey or cracking at all. Still really pretty. So I think my mascara is probably warm, so let's go ahead and pull it out of my armpit. And you can always sit on it too. And we're not going to pump because that'll put air and bacteria into your mascara. Do the lower lashes first. And then I'm going to look down because I don't want to get it on my lid. And I'm going to put on some false lashes, so I'm not going to put on a whole lot of mascara. The one thing I did not do is put on some liner on my lids. Oops. Alright, so I ended up putting on some liner because it just looked weird. And now I am putting on my lashes. Save you guys some time. Although it only takes me like 10 seconds to put on my lashes. But I'm actually liking the way this eyeshadow turned out. And that was the Hocus Pocus palette. I am so glad I jumped on Colourpop when this launched. I definitely don't use it as much as I should. I definitely don't use Colourpop as much as I should. Like, I have 5. I have the Child palette, I have Hocus Pocus, I have the Peach palette, the Coconut palette, and I think a wild it's a wild palette, but it's got like cactus on it. I forgot the name of it. So 5 Colourpop palettes. I definitely don't use them enough. All right, so there we go. I like the look. I think it's really good. I think it's really pretty. It's definitely not, I mean, again, it's never anything that I'm really thinking of. It's not a look that I'm really going for. I sit there and scroll through Pinterest and go, that's a look I like. That's a look I like. I think I want to try that look. And then I just let the brush do the painting, really. So let me know what you think of the look. Let me know what you guys think of renaming the channel, or let me know what you guys think of the whole situation, period. And I will see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on another video.